Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt that sharp twinge in your lower back? Or maybe it's your knees that groan and pop every time you take a step. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. As we get older, these little aches and pains can sneak up on us. What used to be a quick walk to the mailbox or a few minutes of gardening can suddenly feel like a chore. And sometimes the pain doesn't just slow us down, it makes us feel like our body is working against us. But here's something you may not have heard enough. Just because you're over 65 doesn't mean you're stuck with knee and back pain forever. In fact, there's a simple, gentle way to start relieving that discomfort today, without even getting up from your chair. Yes, really. You can begin to feel stronger, more flexible, and more stable, all from the comfort of your kitchen chair or your favorite armchair. And no, this isn't about pushing yourself to the limit or doing something risky. This is about small, consistent movements that speak directly to the parts of your body that need the most love right now. Your knees, your back, and everything in between. Now, let's be honest. Exercise after 65 looks different. It should. We're wiser now. Our bodies have been through a lot. Decades of movement, strain, maybe some surgeries or injuries along the way. The key isn't to go faster or harder. It's to go smarter. And one of the smartest things you can do is give your joints the support they need through low-impact, seated exercises. Let's start with something super simple. Posture. You might be thinking, really? That's where we're starting. But hear me out. Poor posture is one of the sneakiest culprits behind both back and knee pain. When we sit slouched over, our spine compresses in all the wrong places, and our hips and knees get tight. But just sitting up a little taller, shoulders relaxed, feet flat on the ground, and your spine gently lengthened can instantly relieve pressure and help you breathe easier. Try it with me now. Sit up, roll your shoulders back gently, and take a slow, deep breath. Feels better already, doesn't it? From this aligned position, you're ready to move. Let's do a gentle warm-up for the knees that also supports the lower back. While seated, slowly extend one leg out in front of you. Don't lock the knee. Just straighten it to a comfortable point. Then lower it back down. Now try the other leg. It's not about speed, it's about control. This simple movement helps wake up your thigh muscles, which play a huge role in supporting the knees. When your thighs are stronger, your knees don't have to work as hard. And the stronger your legs are, the more stable your back becomes. As you're doing these, you might feel a slight burn or even a stretch. That's your body waking up. That's strength coming back to life. And if it feels like too much, just lower the leg a little less. You're in control. This is your pace, your practice. Now, let's shift our focus to the lower back, which often carries the brunt of our daily movements. We're going to do a seated twist, which helps to loosen the spine and release built-up tension. Staying tall in your chair, place one hand on the opposite knee and slowly turn your torso in that direction. Keep your hips facing forward. You should feel a gentle pull along your back and maybe even your side. Take a deep breath here, then slowly return to center and repeat on the other side. This kind of movement encourages flexibility in the spine and helps the muscles around your back relax and lengthen. It's like giving your back a sigh of relief. A lot of folks over 65 avoid stretching or movement because they're afraid of injury, and that's totally valid. But seated exercises remove so much of that risk. You're grounded, you're stable, and you can adjust everything to fit your body's comfort level. No one is watching. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy equipment. Just you, a chair, and a few minutes of your time. Let's go back to the knees for a moment. Because they do so much heavy lifting for us, literally, one of the most helpful moves is a seated march. While sitting tall, gently lift one knee toward your chest, then lower it and switch to the other side. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Even lifting the foot just an inch off the floor counts. What you're doing here is activating your hip flexors and your core. And when those muscles are engaged, your whole lower body starts to work better as a unit. Less strain on the knees, less pressure on the lower back. And don't be surprised if, after a week or two of doing these regularly, you start noticing small changes. Standing up feels a bit easier, your steps feel a little more confident, and you catch yourself slouching less often. That's real progress. That's your body responding to the care you're giving it. One of the best parts about these movements is that they don't just target one area. When you sit tall, twist gently, or lift a leg, you're engaging your core, your hips, your spine, your knees, all at once. And when those parts of your body begin to talk to each other again, something incredible happens. You start to move with more ease. The pain starts to back off. And you begin to feel more like yourself again, now that you've got the basics in motion, and you're starting to build that connection with your body again. There's even more we can do to support those knees and ease tension in the back. Now that you got the basics in motion and you're starting to build that connection with your body again, there's even more we can do to support those knees and ease tension in the back. And trust me, it doesn't take much. Just a little consistency, a little patience, and a lot of self-kindness. Let's focus now on the hips, which are like the crossroads of your body. When they're tight or weak, both your knees and your back end up suffering. A great move to loosen them up is a seated hip opener. Sit near the edge of your chair, feet flat on the ground, and gently place one ankle across the opposite knee, like a figure 4 shape. For some of us, just getting the ankle up there might be a stretch, and that's perfectly okay. If that's as far as you go today, that's a win. But if it feels good, you can gently lean forward with a straight back, just until you feel a stretch through the outer hip. That area tends to get tight, especially if we sit for long periods or walk with stiff joints. This simple stretch helps release that tension and creates more space in the hips, which in turn takes pressure off your lower back. You might even be surprised how much more comfortable it feels to walk, climb stairs, or just stand after doing this for a few days. Think of it like oiling a creaky hinge. With each gentle movement, you're giving your joints what they need to stay smooth and pain-free. Now, let's get a little circulation going with a movement that wakes up the entire lower body. Ankle rolls. This might seem like a small thing, but your ankles are your foundation. Poor ankle mobility throws off your balance and posture, which eventually creeps up and affects your knees and your spine. So while sitting tall, lift one foot slightly off the floor and slowly roll your ankle in circles. First clockwise, then counterclockwise. It might feel stiff at first, but that's just your body saying, "Thanks for finally paying attention to me." Then switch feet and do the same on the other side. These little movements, they're like conversation starters with your body. You're telling it, "Hey, I'm here. I'm listening. Let's work together." And the amazing thing is, your body always responds. No matter how long it's been, no matter how sore or stiff you feel, movement is always a message of hope. Now, while we're working from the chair, we can also strengthen the lower back and glutes, those muscles behind you that quietly support every single step you take. One way to do that is with a seated glute squeeze. It's exactly what it sounds like. While sitting upright, gently squeeze your buttocks muscles together, hold for a few seconds, and then release. It may sound funny, but it's actually a powerful way to wake up muscles that get lazy when we sit too much. And guess what? When your glutes are stronger, your back doesn't have to overwork to keep you upright. This simple move builds strength and stability without needing to stand or lift anything. Speaking of support, we can't forget the core. Most people think the core is just abs, but it's really the entire trunk of your body, front, sides, and back. And a strong core is one of the best ways to protect your spine and improve your posture. Let's try a seated belly press. Sit up tall, place both hands on your belly, and gently press your hands inward while pushing your belly muscles out against your hands, like you're resisting your own pressure. Hold it for a few seconds, then relax. It's like giving your internal muscles a mini workout without moving much at all. And over time, this helps firm up the muscles that support your back from the inside. Now I know what you might be thinking. This is all great, but how do I make a habit? That's a good question, and the answer is start tiny. Maybe just 5 minutes after breakfast. Maybe while you're watching your favorite show. You don't have to do everything all at once. You're not in a race. This is about steady improvement, not perfection. And if you ever feel discouraged or think, "It's too late for me," I want you to remember something very important. Your body hasn't given up on you. It's just waiting for you to come back to it. Even if you spent years in discomfort, today can be the turning point. These movements are not just exercises. They're signals. They tell your body it's safe, it's loved, and it's capable of healing. A woman I spoke with not long ago told me she hadn't done any form of exercise in over 20 years. She had back pain every single morning and used to dread getting out of bed. But after just 2 weeks of doing a few chair exercises each day, just like the ones we're doing here, she said something shifted. Her mornings didn't feel like a battle anymore. She was moving easier, standing taller, and even sleeping better. And you know what she said that stuck with me? I finally feel like I'm back in my body again. That's the kind of change we're aiming for here. Not a fitness transformation, not a dramatic before and after, but a quiet, steady return to comfort, confidence, and control. Let's wrap up this round of movement with one last stretch, a seated reach. While sitting tall, raise both arms gently overhead, take a slow breath in, and stretch up toward the sky. Feel your spine lengthen. Then slowly lower your arms as you exhale. Do that a few times. It's like giving your body a big thank you for showing up today. And you deserve that. When you make even a small amount of time for these kinds of movements each day, you're not just easing pain. You're reclaiming your freedom. And isn't that what we all want? To move through life without that nagging stiffness? To feel strong enough to say yes to the things we love. Whether walking the garden, playing with grandkids, or simply standing up without wincing. You're already taking the first step just by being here, just by caring about your health and your comfort. And that's something worth celebrating. Now that you've gently stretched, moved, and reconnected with your body, there's just one more layer to add, and that's consistency wrapped in self-compassion. Because, let's be honest, the hardest part about any wellness routine isn't the movement itself. It's sticking with it when life gets busy, when motivation fades, or when pain creeps back in and whispers, why bother? But here's the truth. Every little effort counts. And doing even a few minutes of these chair exercises regularly can start a ripple effect. You begin to move a little easier. You start to stand a little taller. Maybe one day you realize you got through your morning without that usual ache in your back. Or your knees didn't complain quite so much when you got up from your favorite chair. And it hits you. You're making progress. Let's finish with a couple of soothing, feel-good movements that are perfect for cooling down, grounding yourself, and letting your body feel safe, supported, and relaxed. While sitting tall, place your hands gently on your thighs. Close your eyes if you're comfortable, and slowly roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Let each roll feel like you're shedding tension. With each breath, imagine letting go of stiffness, frustration, or worry. This simple motion, especially when done with deep breathing, sends a powerful message to your nervous system. You're okay. You're supported. You're healing. And if you want to give your spine a little love, you can try a seated spinal twist. Sit upright. Gently place your right hand on the outside of your left thigh and slowly turn your upper body to the left. Only as far as it feels good. Take a breath there. Then gently return to center and switch sides. It's like wringing out a towel, releasing tension from your back, one slow breath at a time. This isn't just about exercise. It's about creating a space in your day to care for yourself with kindness. Think of this time in the chair not as a chore, but as a gift, a way to check in with your body, a way to say, I'm still here, and I'm still in charge of my well-being. One of the most empowering things you can do as you age is to refuse to settle for discomfort. You deserve to move without pain. You deserve to wake up without dread. And you absolutely deserve to feel strong in your own skin, no matter your age. And you don't need fancy equipment or a personal trainer. You don't need to run marathons or spend hours in the gym. You've got everything you need right here, your chair, your breath, and the willingness to start. If you ever felt like pain was just something you had to live with because of your age, I want to challenge that today. Pain is not a sentence. It's a signal. And by listening to it, moving gently, and showing up with consistency, you can change your story. You can create a new normal that includes comfort, ease, and confidence in your body again. So here's what I encourage you to do next. Choose one or two of the movements we've done together today. Set aside just 5 minutes tomorrow to do them. That's it, just 5 minutes. Then the next day, maybe you add one more. And before you know it, You got your own little routine, one that's working quietly behind the scenes to help your knees bend more easily and your back stay pain-free. And please, don't be afraid to make it enjoyable. Put on your favorite music. Do the movements while chatting with a friend on the phone. Make it something you look forward to, because exercise doesn't have to be hard. It just has to be consistent. You're not doing this for anyone else. You're doing it for your freedom, your comfort, your independence, for the simple joy of getting through your day with a little more ease and a little less pain. And if this video has been helpful to you, even in a small way, I'd love to hear about it. Share your experience in the comments. Let others know what worked for you. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs to take their first step too. And if you haven't already, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We got so much more to share, tips, habits, and gentle routines to help you feel your best at every stage of life. Remember, aging doesn't mean giving up on your body. It means learning how to work with it, gently, lovingly, and wisely. These chair exercises may seem simple, but they hold the power to improve not just how you move, but how you feel in your own skin. Here's to strength without strain, healing without hustle, and movement that brings you back to life, one gentle step at a time. You've got this, and I'm proud of you for showing up today. Take care, stay kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Here's to living your best life at any age.